Hello, my name is Naveen Raskala, and today I'll be going over my final project. So today I'm going to be talking about the data action plan process, closing rows, and my final reflection questions. If at any point you need to pause to read anything on the slide, please feel free. So to start off, we're going to just go over a quick overview of what data meeting number 1 needs to look like. So this is really focusing on analyzing existing data and recognizing trends and asking questions. So first we analyzed the data and created graphs. So we had data and we were able to convert it into graphs in order to better look at trends amongst the data. Then we were able to discuss some notice and wonders for each objective. So for example, we were able to notice that for objective 1, students had similar averages for all the assignments. And these are some more examples down here. After that, we came up with some exploratory questions using those notice and wonders from before, and that helped us give us a deeper understanding of the data itself. And here are some of the exploratory questions that we came up with. In data meeting number 2, just a quick overview. So this meeting is all about triangulating the data by reviewing additional data with the intent of making clear connections amongst 3 items. And here are the 3 items. And here's the why. So first we chose to focus on one exploratory question for the focus and development of our data action plan. Our question was related to attendance and whether it affected the student's performance. After that, we were able to analyze different forms of data. So that included attendance, homework, state testing, IEP, and LEP. And we also focused on attendance because it does relate to our exploratory questions. And here are some examples below of the data. After that, after looking at the additional data, we are keeping track of the learning and instructional gaps as they present themselves in the process using this artifact tracking sheet. We're able to list the artifact, whether it's instructional or learning gap, its relative significance and prominence. So after that, I'm sorry, I think I skipped a slide. So data meeting 3 overview. So this meeting focuses on beginning to plan for improvements within the classroom. So first we need to prioritize student learning and instructional gaps with our exploratory question in mind. We also needed to determine whether the gap affects a small group or large group of students. So we use this chart to help us organize our thoughts. So here's attendance, final paper. We list it in order of relevance, so from 1 to 5. And whether it affected individual, whole group, or small group. So after that, we came up with our SMART goal that was associated with our instructional gap. And here was our goal in accordance with the requirements of it being a SMART goal. So specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. After that, we were able to determine how we will know when our goal was being achieved, and we decided on this benchmark. Finally, we determined assessment techniques for our SMART goal. So how would we measure it? So it could be a quiz, it could be written, oral. This is what we came up with specifically. So going over data meeting number 4. So this meeting is focusing mostly exclusively on what the teachers themselves need to do to reach the goal they established in the previous meetings. That is, during this data meeting, the teacher team will establish the means necessary to achieve the desired goal. So first, in my group, each team member shared 2 strategies and activities that they think might help improve the data student learning and meet the SMART goals. Next, we reviewed and evaluated the strategies and activities. Then we created an ordered plan using the best strategies and activities discussed and put them together in our action plan. Here's what our action plan tracking sheet looks like. So who it is, the instructional tactic, meaning what we're gonna be doing, and the method here, how often, estimated completion date, and verifying the artifacts. So at this time, after data meeting number 4, this is when you implement the data action plan, and this takes about 4 weeks to implement within the 9-week period of this whole entire process. So after the implementation period, you get to data meeting number 5. So this meeting's purpose is to evaluate the extent to which we reached our target goal and decide what to do next. So first we determined whether we met our SMART goal or not. So this was our SMART goal from before. And we answered questions based on our SMART goal and updated data. So these were the 2 questions that we answered. So learning gaps and whether the students got better or not. And after that, we discussed whether our goal was met. So most of our students did meet our goal, so this was our statement for that. And this was what you would do next if your goal was not met. So what are your next steps to get those students to, or to get that gap closed? So kind of just some glows and grows. Some glows, being able to work in a team and analyze the data ensures you don't miss any trends. So just having a lot of people talking about the same data helps a lot with that. The data process also helps narrow down the issue and why students aren't succeeding. And the data process also helps create authentic solutions for students. Some grows, the data process does take a long time to complete, so it does take 9 weeks, although the outcome is worth it. But in a reasonable, or in reality, you might be able to do this process maybe once or twice within a quarter. So the data process definitely takes some getting used to. It is a little bit difficult at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's a great resource. So just some final reflection questions. So in the future, I definitely want to apply new technology in my classroom to make the material more engaging and accommodating for students. I also want to create authentic assignments and projects that students can relate and connect with. I also want to make sure, just overall in this entire class, I've learned a lot, and I learned a lot about data-driven decision making, and I want to make sure that whatever decision I make in my classroom, that it's all based on data, and that I'm doing the best that I can to benefit my students. And this project really helped me realize the reason why we collect data. Data is not simply just to input grades in the gradebook, it's more about using what we already know to guide future instructions and decisions. And those are my references. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything you've done for us this course. And yeah, thank you.